12-year-old Jack always loved visiting his grandparents' old house in the countryside. His grandpa, Mr. Thomas, was a quiet man who spent most of his time sitting on the porch, reading old books. Jack loved listening to his grandpa's stories about his childhood and the mysterious things that happened in their old house. But there was one place in the house Jack had never been allowed to enter: the basement. "That door stays locked for a reason, Jack," Grandpa would say with a serious look in his eyes. "There are things down there that are better left undisturbed." Jack was curious, but he respected his grandpa's warning, until one rainy evening when the power went out. Jack was sitting in the living room when he heard a strange noise coming from the basement door. Thump, thump, thump. Jack's heart raced. He stood up and walked toward the door. Just as he reached out to touch the handle, his grandpa's voice echoed behind him. "Jack, step away from the door." Grandpa's face was pale, his eyes wide with fear. "What's down there, Grandpa?" Jack asked. Grandpa sighed and sat down. After a long pause, he spoke. "Many years ago, when I was a boy, I made a terrible mistake. I opened that door when I shouldn't have." Jack sat beside him, listening carefully. "I found an old chest in the basement. Inside was a mirror, a cursed mirror. It showed me things that weren't real. It made me see my worst fears and filled me with darkness. One night, I looked into the mirror too long. A dark spirit attached itself to me. It haunted me for years until I managed to trap it in the chest. But the chest is old now. The spirit is getting stronger." Jack's eyes widened. "What happens if it gets out?" "If it gets out, it will feed on fear and grow more powerful. That's why I've kept the basement locked all these years." Later that night, Jack lay awake, thinking about the basement. Suddenly, a loud bang shook the house. Jack sat up. The basement door was open. A cold breeze drifted up the stairs. "No," Jack whispered. He ran down the hallway and saw the chest sitting in the middle of the basement floor, wide open. "Jack!" A dark, growling voice echoed through the room. A shadowy figure with glowing red eyes rose from the chest. "You're not real!" Jack shouted. "Aren't I?" the spirit hissed. Suddenly, the shadow lunged toward him. Jack screamed and fell backward. "Jack!" Grandpa's voice rang out. He stood at the top of the stairs, holding a silver locket. "Take this!" Grandpa threw the locket toward Jack. Jack caught it just as the shadow attacked again. The locket glowed brightly. "You have no power here!" Jack shouted. The spirit screamed and dissolved into smoke. Jack crawled toward the chest. He slammed it shut and locked it. He leaned against the wall, breathing heavily. Grandpa rushed down and hugged him tightly. "You faced your fear, Jack. You broke the curse." The next morning, Grandpa handed Jack the key to the basement. "I think you've earned this," Grandpa said with a proud smile. Moral of the story: belief in yourself and the support of loved ones can overcome even the darkest challenges.